Greetings, Space Cadets, and welcome back to Ratchet and Clank. In the Rocket Rabbit Commentaries playthrough part 23, we have finally arrived at Kalebo 3 in order to acquire a gadget that will help us directly from the people who make it, Gadgetron. Yes, Gork, that is exactly what I just said, but said way better.
So, how many Kalebos are we going to have to fight while we're here?
Well, that depends. Is Kalebo possibly compatible with the sheep DNA?
More than likely.
Okay, then yes. We will see many Kalebos during this part. Ah, the Sheepinator. I actually forgot about this. So, this is the second reason why we'll be seeing lots of sheep, is because this thing makes sheep out of your enemies.
And it also makes Veritanium out of them?
Yes, and you can also shake down enemies, like grabbing them by the shoulders or hanging them upside down and kind of hoisting the coins out of them.
Huh.
So this machine right here has got unlimited ammo.
But it doesn't actually do significant. Oh, it needs to charge up a transformation effect.
Yes. Once you fill up your sheep meter, then everything will become sheep. All it takes is time. It's a life lesson brought to you by Ratchet and Clank.
Now, can you sheep the dropship?
I honestly can't remember. The thing about the sheep health bar, two things. It does not work on bosses, as I had come to learn later, and it also helps to recapitulate, if that is a word, the existing health bar into a somewhat similar form. Enemies with lots of health need a lot of sheep time. Enemies that don't have a lot of health don't really need any sheep ray exposure at all. They just kind of almost immediately turn into sheep.
Ah.
Look at that rail. Wonder where it leads.
It looks like the Sheepinator has got a long startup time, though, when you switch over to it.
A little bit, yeah. Ideally, you want to just keep it out. I mean, Jesus Christ, I've already almost leveled up in it, and I've only been using it for a little while. It was awesome.
Spec.
But be wary of your Sheepinator use, because it will remove time needed to develop other weapons. Meanwhile, we need to fucking bust out our smooth-ass grind skills till it slaps.
Actually, the invasion does excuse poor manners, just so you know.
Now, everyone, there's no need to start turning over tables or blowing papers everywhere. Those cost money.
Ratchet, come in. How's it going down there?
We're working on it.
Not yet, but we're working on it. Just had to take care of it.
Yeah, I'm still on my way to get the Magna boots. It's on my to-do list. Anyway, smack. And let's try opening the door. And we failed.
Oh, yeah, because you have to hit all 4 circuit breakers. Okay.
Yes. And if you rewind the video, you can find where each of those 4 circuit breakers are. That was the 4th one, which is right in front of the door. And if you don't hit them all, you will die. Now that we hit them all, we get to ride the rail to a very special thing. A gold ball.
A gold ball!
But that's not all.
Actually, that is all that's on that track.
So that is all that's on the particular route, but still, we have some grind rails to scunge.
Some nanotech.
Sconge? Really?
Welcome to the Mathomatic room. The Mathomatic was designed to...
No, you cannot sheepinate boxes, only animated objects.
Sweet. I could really use that.
So what does this new gadget do?
I can't remember. Anyway, you could use that platform over there in order to warp back. We also have a convenient taxi ready to charge you for your money.
To the Gadgetron lobby.
Hey, sometimes it costs you dollars, sometimes it costs you seconds. What are you gonna do?
And sometimes it costs you sanity points.
Sanity points. Did you ever play... Oh, what was that game? Eternal Darkness for the GameCube?
No, I've never played Eternal Darkness. I've seen a bit of it. Not enough of it to actually know if I would like it or not, but I have seen a bit of it.
Okay, how about Fatal Frame?
No. And Fatal Frame is a game that I've not actually seen anything of. I just know that it's a horror game wherein you are using your camera in order to expose ghosts.
Yes, and I believe it uses a sanity health system. It's not because you're actually getting hurt, it's because you think you're getting hurt, but it might as well be getting hurt because your mind makes it real.
Mm.
Weird.
Bridge.
Good
I
to
don't know how
have
to
you
play
back,
bridge.
partner.
Buster pack is quite a handy device.
Do you know how to play bridge, Mr. Cloud?
Bridge?
Yeah.
Is that game played with... Is that game played with the 52 card deck or with tabletop and chips?
I believe it's a 52 card deck, but I'm not entirely sure.
I mean, I must have had somebody. Here's the thing with me and 52 in standard deck card games. People can explain the rules to me over and over again, and I usually forget them anyway. Kemp is a good example, also known as pitch. I have had the rules of that game explained to me so many times that every time I, get wind of somebody playing it, I don't know what they're doing.
Now, my personal favorite 52 card game is Cheat, but
Cheat.
that's mostly because it's got different names based on whatever region you're in. The more common name that I've heard for it specifically is bullshit.
Bullshit. I just love it. Oh, come here. We're playing bullshit. Cool.
No.
Sign me up.
But if they're already playing bullshit, you can't actually drag in players in the middle of a game of bullshit. Sadly.
Now, exactly, because that would be bullshit. Observe here that the warbots take a little bit longer to sheepinate.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad that your Groovatron explosion doesn't actually hurt Ratchet.
Prepare for annihilation.
Well, that would
it's
make
a
it
pyrometer
suck.
room.
Welcome to the robot test chamber. Glad to have you in.
I do hope the blog has not procured any of Gadgetron's.
Oh yes, and continuous exposure to the sheepinator on enemies that have already been sheepinated will cause a sheep paradox, because you see that which is a sheep cannot become a sheep, therefore the sheep must be destroyed.
I don't know, man. I think that's a bit iffy of logic. Perhaps what the sheepinator should do is maximize the wool capacity of the sheep, and then at a certain limit, they just become completely wool instead of having any biological matter left. Although wool technically is biological matter.
Man, well, I thought it was cool that at least they're still alive, even though they're sheep, and maybe they are aware that they're sheep, which is kind of fucked up. Totally shake these guys down for money. Sell the wool on the market and then make it immediately available by the internet as soon as the wool is ready to pull. Shear.
Yeah, wool is sheared. It's not pulled. It's
Yeah.
cotton that's pulled.
That would be painful. I get a little too sheep happy. This comes to bite me in the
We're
ass
trying to
later.
level up the sheepinator. It makes sense that we're using it so much.
I do love the sheepinator, but what I don't love is having underdeveloped weapons when they count. And the sheepinator is using up a lot of experience points.
I actually disagree with that. I think it's leveling up significantly faster than the majority of our other weapons, specifically the Groovatron. It took us, 3 full planets to get the Groovatron maxed out, and we're already almost a 3 with the Sheepinator after about, 10 minutes.
Well, I think that on a normal curve you would expect weapons to max out well before the last stage, but then I suppose this is not my first time playing this game.
Well, should be easy to bleep these guys. Oh, Ratchet.
He made a dad joke.
Ah, dad jokes. Attaboy, Ratchet. You can tell these guys to go bleat themselves. Oh yeah, this part. This part sucks. In every playthrough I've had of this game,
it's a
this
pretty
part
intense
sucks.
gauntlet.
So, it's a clusterfuck. You got enemies above you, you got enemies in front of you, you got enemies... This is just a very well-populated area. Bullets are flying from all directions. It's hard to stay out of cover and make any progress without just inching your way methodically over to this area, where eventually you want to have nothing going on so you can concentrate on this shit. Instead, I got a couple warships fighting at me right now, which is not conducive to my present progress.
I mean, as if you could actually fire and dash at the same time, this wouldn't actually be that big a problem at all.
I'm running out of Groovatrons. Oh, maybe, okay, maybe I'm not running out of Groovatrons.
Now we're up to 9 more raritanium, meaning that we can further upgrade our sheepinator.
I mean, in theory, I could have kept going. It's just there's just too much going on. Anyway, here's a death reel.
So what it looks like you should probably be doing is holding back with the combustor and zircons in order to take down the warships a bit earlier on, and then advance from there. Especially because you keep putting a Groovatron behind the starting boxes, which is not a space that it needs to be. Oh? You took it down to casual, Mr. Cloud.
I did take it down to casual, dude. This part, it wasn't even just the recording curse. I always have a hard time going through this very particular segment of the game. I just died on easy mode, therefore fuck everything.
That doesn't sound so bad.
Correction. The Fluffy Bunny Group has been relocated to Sector 12. Initiating...
Welcome to easy mode, where enemies shoot slower and people die faster.
No, but it lets you keep your weapon upgrades, so
Yep.
so it's easy. It's easy mode plus.
And I encourage you, and that's the reason why they remind you there's a difficulty segment, is because they want people to have fun when they play this game. They don't want people to get frustrated. They don't want people to get stuck. It's a well-known concept that getting stuck on the same part over and over again within a short period of time would irritate pretty much any gamer.
But you keep the weapon experience each time you die, right?
Actually, I can't. No, that's right. You do not keep your weapon or do you? No, that's right. That's right. You do keep your weapon experience.
So that would actually be a decent way to get all of your weapons up to level 3.
Ratchet and Clank here at Gadgetron.
Well, yeah, if you want to be an ass about it.
I'm the CEO of this fine company.
Huge fan of your weapons, Mr. Loomis. Listen, Clank and I are on a mission to save the galaxy. And
We're on a mission to save the world.
I'm afraid we're out of that product. Those darn blarg have been raiding our stockpiles. Minor security issue, certainly nothing to make public. We still
Sure.
but it's now a prize in our
He's a businessman. He
Oh,
uses
so
discretion
that's
and
where they
stuff.
put it.
Of course, but as you can see,
And you thought you were done hoverboard racing.
the blarg bombed our dam this morning. I don't
Alright, so if you have not yet gotten the Hydro Displacer, now is the time to return back to Kerwan in order to get it, because you will get stuck right here on the path to completion. Actually, this is the one and only time where you need a Hydro Displacer in order to proceed the game.
So what are we gonna displace the water to?
security drones have cleared the
Oh, you know, we're just gonna put it in our pocket and just walk around.
forward with our competition.
Okay then.
thanks to the science of Dr. Nefarious. And in the next part, we are going to take our hoverboard right to the track, grind out the Bronze Cup trophy.
All right, then.